CEO wanted to know why her janitor was always smiling, then she found out the truth. At first, it seemed like one of those small, harmless mysteries that float through the halls of a busy company, something you notice and then forget. But for Elena Markova, the 42-year-old CEO of a fast-growing tech firm, it became something she couldn't ignore. Every morning, without fail, she saw the same man, Victor, the night shift janitor. He was in his late 50s, hair flecked with silver, posture a little stiff from decades of work. He moved slowly, carefully, almost as if respecting the floors he cleaned. And he always wore the same warm, genuine smile, not a polite one, not a forced one, but a smile that looked like it lived inside him. The strange thing was that he smiled even when no one was watching. Elena saw it once when she came in early after a flight. Victor was alone, polishing the lobby floor. No music, no conversation, no audience. Yet he looked peaceful and quietly happy, like a man who carried sunshine in his pocket. This puzzled Elena more than she liked to admit. She was running a company of nearly 500 employees. Stress shadowed her every day. Deadlines, budgets, investor meetings, long travel, tough decisions. Her work was not a place for smiles. And here was a janitor, someone earning a modest wage, working late into the night, performing tasks most people overlooked, smiling like life was a gift. One day, curiosity turned into concern. Was something wrong, or was something right, and she simply didn't understand it. So she began observing him more carefully. He greeted security guards by name. He held the elevator door for interns rushing in with coffee trays. He helped an accountant pick up scattered papers in the hallway after she dropped them. Someone even mentioned he fixed a loose cabinet door in the kitchen, though that wasn't part of his job. No matter what was happening around him, he stayed kind, quiet, happy. Finally, one late afternoon when most employees had left, Elena approached him in the break room. He was wiping down the counters, humming a soft tune. "Victor," she said, clearing her throat, "can I ask you something?" He jumped slightly, startled to see the CEO addressing him directly. "Of course, Ms. Markova, you're always smiling, always." Why? She expected awkwardness. Maybe he'd tell her it was nothing, or that he didn't realize he did it. Instead, he paused, thought for a moment, and then smiled again, but softer this time, like he was letting her see something private. "There are many reasons to smile," he said quietly. "You just need to notice them." That answer stayed in her mind the entire evening, but it didn't satisfy her. She felt there was more, something deeper. And she wanted to understand. Over the next weeks, she tried again, asking gentle questions whenever she saw him. He remained polite, open, but vague. "Life is good," he'd say. Or, "There is always something to be grateful for." But he never explained what made him so calm, so content. Then one stormy Tuesday in early winter, Elena discovered the truth, not from Victor, but from an unexpected moment. She had stayed late at work preparing for a high-stakes investor presentation. At nearly midnight, exhausted and hungry, she decided to step into the small break area to warm up some leftover food. As she approached, she heard quiet laughter. Inside, Victor sat at a small table with his phone propped up against a water bottle. On the screen was a live video call. A little girl, maybe 5 or 6, was smiling brightly, showing a drawing to him. Next to her was a woman, thin and pale, resting in a hospital bed. Elena froze. She hadn't meant to intrude, but the scene held her still. "Papa, look, I drew our house with a big garden. One day we will have the garden, right?" the girl said in Russian accented English. "Yes, my love," Victor replied, voice soft and warm. "One day. Did you finish work?" the woman asked from the bed, her voice weak but steady. "Soon," he said. "I wanted to say good night to my girls." The woman smiled gently. "We are proud of you." "And I am proud of you," he replied, blowing a kiss toward the screen. He ended the call after a few minutes, whispering, "I love you both," and then sat there quietly, holding the phone to his chest before slipping it into his pocket. Only then did he notice Elena standing in the doorway. His eyes widened, not with embarrassment, but with worry that he might be in trouble. "I'm sorry, Ms. Markova," he said, standing up quickly. "I was just—" "No," she said, raising a hand. Please, sit. It's perfectly all right. He hesitated, then slowly sat again. Elena pulled a chair and sat facing him. Your family, she said gently. They're lovely. A long silence followed before he nodded. For the first time, his smile faded a little, not from sadness but from vulnerability. My wife, Elena, he said. She is very sick. Cancer. Advanced. We are fighting it, but, his voice trailed off. And the little girl, Elena asked softly. My granddaughter, he said with pride. Lena, after her mother, my daughter, passed away 2 years ago. Elena felt her throat tighten. I'm so sorry. He gave a small, grateful nod. We live together, he continued. My wife, my granddaughter, and me. Everything I do is for them. Elena looked at him with new eyes. This man who cleaned floors at night after caring for a sick spouse during the day, raising a child, carrying a grief that could crush anyone. And yet he smiled. How do you do it? She whispered. How do you stay so positive? He took a deep breath and looked down at his hands. When you lose something precious, he said slowly, everything changes. You stop waiting for happiness and start creating it. Even a small moment, a cup of warm tea, a clean floor, a stranger's kindness, becomes something worth smiling about. He looked up again, and this time his smile was full of strength. Every day I come here, I am grateful. I have work. I can support my family. I can make this place a little brighter. And when you know life is fragile, you treasure every chance.